YouTube? RangerGar here. Today's video is going to be a Shaman Torghast speedrun, and we're going to be doing tips for you to carry as your elemental shaman. We'll be watching a recent layer 9 clear of mine. We'll run the video a little quicker at about like 1.2 speed just to get it through. It was a flawless run with a total of 246 points. 46 points well above the normal points you need for just a regular flawless for the achievement, and in the future to reach the Adamantian vault, which just has random rewards, cosmetic stuff, but it's going to be fun to get through. So in the video we're going to go over stats, talents, basic decision making for each anima power. This disclaimer though, like we all know, Torghast is RNG. It's extremely random, but hopefully some of the tips and decision makings that I will talk about just help you on your solo and group runs. Nope. Just wait for the 6-minute mark. So let's quickly go over our stat priorities first. As the elemental shaman, I like stacking crit, even just normally. So I have a lot of natural crit. As you can see, I have 28%. Now for your personal just gear choices, you may not have that, but if you can, stack crit. Have trinkets that boost crit, like I have a ruby and also the hymnal. Reason why we like that is because in Torghast we have the ability to obviously gain extra secondary stats, so extra crit, extra haste, but we can also gain the extra crit damage bonuses. Sometimes it's even like you get crazy amounts. So that's why I like stacking crit. It just makes shaman's crits even more deadly, and we'll just want to be critting all the time eventually. For legendaries, I like going Echoes of Great Sundering just so we can pull a lot and just mass AoE things down. And eventually with the added bottles of Maelstrom power, Earthquake and just Earthshock just do so much damage. It's basically a damage loss to do anything but Earthshock and Earthquake, so we just want to spam Chain Lightning as much as we can on more than 2 targets. Gain Earthshock, gain Earthquake, just do them all. If you don't have access to the Echoes of Great Sundering, it's okay, because the next legendary I'll talk about, Fiery Skybreaker's Molten Band, is actually extremely good, in addition to the power Flames of the Cauldron. Flame Shock's damage overtime effect now happens 40% more frequently. Now in combination with the Fiery Skybreaker's Molten Band, that means our Flame Shocks will be basically critting 100% of the time. So if you do get the that one ability, the sky thing that just has like an arcane little missile on every crit, you'll basically be doing those missiles 100% of the time. So the rate at which these Flame Shock ticks is just going to be crazy. You'll have Flame Shock, Flame Fire Elemental up all the time. It's just one of those great combos. I ran this all the time until just recently. Doing all the runs that I've been doing, I just pull so much. So having the Earthquake from Echoes of Great Sundering is better for me, just personally. Talents, Aftershock is again just good because we want to pump out Earthshock, Earthquakes as much as possible. Elemental Blast is a really good other choice to guarantee Maelstrom, but just the RNG spamming with Aftershock I think outweighs the guaranteed of Elemental Blast. And another quick note is I like using Ice Fury. Because at the start you have the chance to get, where is our ability? I can't find it. Here, Storm Conduit. All nature and frost damage dealt is increased by 50%. This is a common one. In this video that we'll be seeing, I actually got 2 of these right off the start, which made my Ice Fury and just lightning damage extremely high. So that's why I do Ice Fury. Also, it opens up having Earth Elemental and Fire Elemental up at the exact same time. Now, if you know primal elementalists, you can only have one primal up at once, which means you can't have both rocky and fire going at the same time, which we don't want that because we have the ability to have earth elemental up almost permanently if you get 2 of the cooldowns for earth elemental. If I can find it quickly. Dead End Earth, cooldown of Earth Elemental reduced by 40%. With 2 of these, that's 80%, and that basically means after the minute cooldown of Earth Elemental, it's back up again. And if he survives, he's based off of your health, so the more health you have, the more health he has. Win-win. And Stormkeepers, obviously, we want to be Emperor Palpatine. For Soulbind, it's honestly, I don't think it really matters. A lot of us are Necrolord, so Bonesmith Hemir is going to be our go-to with the extra crit. I know but honestly, it doesn't matter which Soulbind I found. That's just the one that I use all the time. Okay, so we have our speedrun plane in the back. As you noticed just there, my first power was the extension to Fire Elemental. It was frankly a better choice than the other one, just longer Fire Ele. Will be better. And I do know this floor's layout, so I'm going to be holding Earth Elemental. It's actually on cooldown because I just botched over the run just before. So we obviously want to get our first power over here. There's always a power over here. That is the... Oh, I'm going so fast. So the first, their first few powers really help your start. Now you even see me double guess myself. It's either just increased damage or the permanent 25% after you stun. Now I don't really have that many potential stunning abilities besides stun totem and earthquake, and just all nature and frost damage is going to be the most beneficial right now, considering we are using Ice Fury. So all that single target damage is increased, and obviously Chain Lightning. Earthquake is technically physical. Got another power here. So we got pretty lucky here, an extra Storm Conduit. So we're guaranteed pretty quick just damage right off the bat here. Like these, it's doing 20k. Just frost shocks are going to be nuking. It's one of the good things about RNG. And also, yeah. So I'm pretty amazed at the damage that we already have. We are using the echoes. So you did see my little proc here for my weak aura. Just to let me know that I do have the echoes proc. And we do have Earth Elemental now. I always save Earth Elemental for the first elite or first 2-pack of elites. If you know that a 2-pack is going to come up after this, one elite, I might have changed it. So here we got another Storm Conduit. So getting 3 of these right off the bat, pretty insane. Basically guarantees me to have unlimited damage. This is when the true speedrun starts. And if you do know the new Torghast changes, we have to do everything now. We have to try to kill everything and go as quickly as possible. Probably don't even need to hit this thing technically, but we're going at it. And for the extra action button, we're saving it for this huge pull coming up. Sadly, my Earth Elemental just went down, but again, we have that crazy damage. So I just procced the extra action button right before I killed this, because you want to kill and do as much things during the duration of the extra action button, the empowerment. Now, I don't know if I am able to kill this guy during the empowerment. Probably not. I'm tripping over myself here. We did get it though. So out of these options, the random extra totems is really good because of that other anima power, which increases your damage by 10% per totem you have out. And if you didn't know, Fire Elemental and Earth Elemental act as totems. So it'll be easily to get 4 totems out at once while things are rolling. And will be, that's 40% free damage. If I was even more used to this whole system, I would probably have done some of the collecting while empowerment was going, since shamans have decent passive damage with Earthquake. Out of these options, they're both really good, but the extra intellect outweighs the mastery right now, because we don't really gain mastery. So it's a good run. Floor time, sub 30 seconds. Yeah, mastery doesn't really give us any benefit to our earthquake damage, and that's our primary damage source. So just the guaranteed intellect damage is what we want. So again, first elite, Earth Elemental. Just nuke things down. Earth Shock, Earthquake. This floor is a bit of a... I hate this bug where I'm getting. So, obvious one for any elemental shaman. Bottle of Swirling Maelstrom. Increase the damage of Earthquake by 50%. And Earth Shock. Got to do everything. Speed is also helpful. If I had... with the damage that I have right now in this run, if I was getting speed options, I probably would. Sadly, they took away... So if you saw there, I used a Spirit Walker's Grace so I could still start damaging, even though I'm doing the trap. Here's the Lava Surge proc. That actually was speed. If I was thinking backwards, back in time, I should have picked the speed there, so I can just kite around the edges and go even faster, because with all the nature and frost damage increase we have, we don't really want a Lava Burst. Although Lava Burst is the better Maelstrom generator. Minor decisions. I always go over here first. Sadly, sometimes there's a big urn in here, but not lately. Just checking what I had. Oh, I am running the Dread Vessel for that big nuke. These Malrats don't stand a chance. just popping them. I was just making sure that Malrat's gonna die. I probably empower here. Yeah, I need an extra button to do that. So I quickly looked around to assess what I can do. We want to, again, do as much as possible during the empowerment. Break urns, kill Malrats, kill elites. So that's a really good use of it. Really good. And doing 20k DPS at this level on floor 2 is pretty nutty. Like, I'm definitely going to say I got lucky in this speed run. Now, actually, got to watch your healths here. I'm not tanky yet, I just have damage. Again, that was the speed. The game was telling me to get speed, but I just wasn't listening. Like with Ghost Wolf, I rarely think I need speed. You live and you learn, though. Thankfully, that's the passive damage. We get the lusts. Getting myself in a better position to obviously kite to be further away so this boss doesn't smack me. He's a big melee boy. See, I thought about the speed there, but I really didn't want to waste my time mounting. And again, just picking the extra speed damage. So looking at my sub time, it's a minute. Pretty good. Let's just quickly go up to our buy phase. So here, sadly, this one actually reduces the frost, but with all the earthquake maelstrom damage, especially since we just bought a second bottle, we don't need the frost damage anymore. We don't care. Let's just bind things up. Extra health is always helpful. If we have the empowerment bonus when we go in, sometimes it gives you that extra little bonus points. Okay, now this one's a fun floor. Just quick note, this floor, if you ever get it in Skuldus Halls, the middle has, 2 to 3 to 4 elites. And I should be saving Earth Elemental for that phase of this room, which I am. Again, we have so much passive just death. Free healing streams. That's you love the free extra totems. Let's just jump to that part of the room and see our setup. Our Maelstrom is doing so much. We have full empowerment bar, so this is going to be fun. I pre-pull everything, have echoes ready, and everything's just falling. Casual 74k. We try to go quick. Use Dread Vessel. I just saw that pop up on my little weak aura cool line here. Doing Frost Shocks are still worth it. Ooh. So now I go a little more passive so I can pull a little more, but like we're on the 4th floor already. There's really not much else we want to do. See, I didn't take that left one because that reduces my nature damage for just proc haste. And like proc haste, it could activate, it could not. It is only like 20% less nature damage. Is probably not, I wouldn't feel it that much. The haste probably outweighs it. So many powers. I should have got that extra crit though. We're just going to pull the room. Try not to waste our Stormkeepers. Don't know why I looked at my damage. The fact that I just two-shot that guy with like a Stormkeeper, I think that's why I checked it. Alright, collecting runes. Oh, I forgot the key. This is embarrassing. This really cut down time. The key was at the start. Okay. Still a minute faster. So that's how I got that. This is what allows me to get so many points. We'll just skip the buy phase. Honestly, nothing that I buy here is probably that worth it. It's just a bit of haste. And here's the damage on extra totems. Icing on the cake. More flame shock damage. It's just showing what really, like, those two nature damage bottles. The only thing that would have been better is reducement of Earth Elemental. Okay, and now we go ham. A lot of buttons I'm pressing. Obviously we want, like, this thing barely even survived. And there you have it. There you have it. I go into the details. Additional 46 points. It's pretty good. I was already at my tower knowledge though. So we had 12 minutes. 12-minute run. Part-time 15 minutes. Pretty good. So hopefully my minor discussions just now helps with your future Elemental Shaman runs. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions. I do have Hunter as another alt, which I'll probably try to do videos of. Hunter's a little harder. Shaman just OP. Be But yeah, thank you for watching. See you all in the next one.